Lucy, I need you to wake up. I need to hear your voice. Love you, Lucy. Need you to open those big blue eyes of yours. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I let this happen to you. I should have been there.
It's not your fault. Don't think it is. Please.
Almost lost you because I wasn't there. Just like how I've lost everyone else.
Part of it comes with the job, the other part not so much.
I'm sorry.
Stop saying that, it's not your fault.
It's hard to see you like this and not blame myself.
Can't blame yourself for me wanting to go work. Can't blame yourself for me wanting to help.
I'm with you. I should have went with you.
I don't think you could have stopped it.
I could now. I could finish it.
Don't.
Why? You know how many times we reported stuff to law and nothing happens? Dakota Skinner hurt 4 Rangers. It wasn't even law that stopped him. Why should I let them handle this?
Because I don't need to lose you.
Was it Rowan?
No. It was not Rowan. But I'm pretty sure Law knows who it was.
I told Law last night after I found out that it was Rowan. It made sense.
Rowan's unhinged. This guy is psychotic.
You know who it was.
I have his name. But I guess I want to. I don't want to keep repeating it, so I guess Law needs to hear it too.
Go send them a tip that you're awake. They can come up here, get your statement so you don't have to move.
Can you send one to medics?
Yeah, you want me to send one that you're awake as well?
Pains. I hurt.
He said they gave you an IV of grapeseed extract so you wouldn't be in pain. Is it not working? Is it out?
No.
She also gave me some willow bark tablets if you want one.
Yeah, I'll take that.
You want me to help you with it? You still seem pretty weak. Send those tips in, okay?
Right.
Do you need anything else while I'm out?
No.
Okay. Would you like me to grab my guitar so you can listen to music?
Peace.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Me second, guys. I'm gonna grab my food. Okay.
Yeah, I do not think we have to worry about it.
No, I don't think so. Then, let's see.
Got my guitar. Classic. I got you a can of peaches. I thought you might like some of the juice or something. Have flavor. If you try to eat them, you can. I just didn't know if you'd have the energy for it. But I thought at least the juice would give you some type of flavor. I'm sure your mouth is dry. I'm sure those willow bark tablets don't taste very good either.
No, they don't.
Kind of chalky.
Disgusting.
I love you.
I love you too.
I sent the tips in like you asked. I just gave them your room number and told them they can come here.
That's fine.
You want some of these peaches or just the juice?
You can set them aside for later.
Alright. I'll put them over here on the dresser. You like the slow songs, or do you want something faster?
Slow is fine.
You okay?
I'm okay.
Do you need anything?
No.
Thank you. Thank you for not dying on me.
You're not getting rid of me that easily.
Like that left. We got 6. Have I not played 6? Yes, I have. That one, 7, 8, 9. You're gonna be alright if I go check telegrams real quick.
I'll be fine.
Alright. I'll be back in a second. I'm just gonna see if any of them responded. Howdy. You deputy. I sent in a tip about my wife Lucille. Didn't know if y'all want her statement from her right now.
What was it about?
She was shot yesterday. And you guys don't have her statement yet.
Tell her to send it in a telegram.
She can't.
There's
move.
a missing person. All right, we'll get it for her and send it in a telegram. I would take it, but there's a missing person.
Hello.
Evening, mister.
Evening. Evening.
telegram me back. I write into a deputy telegram office and are currently doing something. He said just to get the statement from you and send it in, but I'm not doing that. I'm not risking it getting lost.
Risking what? Getting lost?
Statement. I'm not risking it getting buried in the tip line and then have you say it all over again. No. We'll just wait to see if somebody wants to come get it. I sent Nadia, Olia, and Deputy Sweeney a telegram saying that you were awake. See if any of them are around. If I'm going to trust them to bring justice to these people, they're going to have to get the statement from them themselves, so I know what's going in their paperwork. Wish I could sit up there with you, but I don't want to. I don't know. I don't want to hurt you or anything. That's how you want. I'll make you a deal.
Oh, what's that?
Don't die on me, and then I won't go after him.
I didn't plan on it.
I I telegrammed Brewster last night too. So you'll know whenever he wakes up.
Was he asking?
I asked him. That's how I found out. Or, well, that's how I started to find out.
How'd they know?
What?
How did they know?
I don't know. I asked somebody named Blanchie what happened. She couldn't put. She couldn't figure out if it was you or not. It was her to Wallace. Apparently, that's where they found you.
So that's where he left me.
Yeah. Anybody? They want to come visit?
Say that again.
I said, do you want me to telegram anybody that you're awake if they want to come visit?
I guess maybe whoever knows. I don't know though.
Helma knows. She's the one that telegrammed me. And told me whenever I got to town.
I can't tell you who all was involved.
I can. As far as during the care, there was the medics. I think Helma mentioned Margot. And there was Olive, Nadia, and I believe Olia there. And then Deputy Sweeney gave you a blood transfusion. So would you like me to go telegram Olive or anybody?
I suppose Olive, because she may want to know what's happened.
Okay. I can do that.
Everyone else,
Whenever I telegrammed Rooster, I didn't put in any details. Just said that you were stable. Same thing when I put something in the general news for the Rangers, just because I'm not going to be on duty.
the ranch will worry too much, so go ahead and telegram Rooster again.
Okay. Telegram him your number. He wants to come by.
Either that or have him telegram you.
Alright. I'll do that. Do you want any other food or anything while I'm out?
No.
Okay.
Thank you, though.
Tell you what, I'll grab the newspaper while I'm out and I'll read to you about that.
Okay.
I love you.
Love you too.
Hello. Don't know where my horse went. That's cool. I gotta get Rooster's telegram again. Set them out. Remember when I used to read you a newspaper when you were sick?
I remember.
Okay. All right. Get ready to hear about the shenanigans of the crossing.
Go ahead, fill me in.
Alice's Adventures Encore performance. It is a very important date, January 13th at 5 p.m. Eastern. Be there for the encore production of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland put on by the Saint Denis Theater Group. Now is your chance to purchase tickets to the magical performance before it sells out once again. Experience the wonder firsthand. Tickets are still for $200 per seat. Never forget that. $200. Only you can afford that.
Oh, if you want to go, you know.
Contact Vicky Y. Yada yada yada. Okay. Warma Game. Seeking an exciting weekend packed with events and the chances to win cash prizes. The Warma Games happening on the last weekend of January 27th to 28th is your destination. If you're interested in hosting or contributing to the entertainment, contact Ivy Hill. Please note participants are responsible for their travel expenses. Don't miss out on this opportunity for an exciting weekend and the potential to claim impressive cash rewards. Okay. Crossing Awards winners. Winners of the 1902 Crossing Awards are as follows: Lawman, Sheriff Chevalier; Medic, Clyde Hutchinson; Ranger, Cayenne Strong; Transit, Henrietta; Event Planner, Sir Dickie White; Bartender, Cade Cross; Criminal, Hank Hansen; Teacher, Claire Carter, Claire Catherty; Business Owner, Cade Cross. Did Cade Cross freaking write this?
Sounds like Cade.
Drama Club. What? Group Drama Club. Artist Tibbs. Security Bluestone. That's the only security company. Fighter Ralph. Hunter Jeremiah Smoke. Caterer O'Neely Burgo. Okay. God. Milky Buzzed. Sours opening. A mess was made at the grand opening of Maggie's Milky Hole on Valentine when multiple deputies entered all at once, claiming they had received a tip regarding the distribution of illegal substances. After thumbing through Maggie's box of wares, the deputies found moonshine, a mixture of alcohol and milk. Much to the uproar of the patrons, Maggie, 92, was placed in handcuffs and hauled to the sheriff's office, where she was then charged and fined.
Yep, sounds like the crossing.
Yeah. I'm not even reading this one. This is ridiculous. I don't really want to read anything about the surgeon, unless you want to know.
No.
Alright. Catch me if you can. Oh my god. Farmsteading isn't the only way to get your hands dirty these days, just as Caspian Do, leader of the Jolly Roger motley crew. The group is currently on the hook for various crimes involving banks, trains, an incident at a local ranch, and robbing townsfolk. It seems there is no safe harbor with these assailants still at large. However, the SCSD believe they can turn the tide and say they will be cracking down on Caspian's law before long. Alright. Vikings raid Valentine. Valentine was beset by a raiding party of Vikings recently. Six presumably delusional men, all sporting furs, bows, and axes, came to pillage the town. Threats, fistfights, crowning a jarl, and animal sacrifice all took place before the Vikings were chased out of town, resulting in a major shootout. While 2 law were injured, all 6 Vikings were also felled, succumbed to their battle wounds, and have hopefully now found Valhalla. That sounds like Valentine.
Don't you miss it?
No.
You sure?
Yeah. I'm very sure. If it wasn't for Valentine's gunsmith, I would never go there. An icy day at the races. Braving a severe blizzard and heavy dust, several eager onlookers and cheery vendors huddled outside Braithwaite Manor last weekend for the most recent horse race held by the Le Moyne Gaming Association. Despite early confusion on the track, the competition was fierce as riders vied for a winning position. Fueled by the roaring crowd, Dio riding Talent won first places, Amber Lynn riding Bella came in second, and Mr. Higgins riding Juice eked in at third. Okay. Wonderland Wonderful. Wow, this is Adventures based. Wait, hold on. Okay, that's just about to play again. Rebel with the Claws. Santa spotted in Blackwater earlier this is old. Earlier this week, looking to slay some people on his naughty list, a man dressed in jolly red attire with a twinkle in his eye and a machete at his side intended to deliver cold hard justice and teach a little elf control to those who had wronged him. You will be relieved to hear that the SCSD is aware and looking out for the health and safety of the crossing. Either way, ho ho hope you've been good this year. Oh my god, these are so bad. Okay, there's something about a questionnaire column. The rest seem to be all just ads. Yeah, the rest are just all ads. Do you happen to know if if you get told about telegrams while you're in here?
I think so.
You know what we could do? While we're sitting here,
What?
you could plan a camp out event.
Take my mind off things.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of camp out event.
Just a camp out event, just to get together, no real theme. First, I'm gonna give you this. All right. Let's play this thing. Well, you know what? I think I'll better sit in this chair over here.
Not sure you'd want to do anything Ranger with the next holiday.
No. Nope, I'm saving that all for you. All right.
What are you thinking?
Um, I'm thinking we just maybe start with hunting. So we have like a little hunting competition. We used to do that all the time. And Cat would hold these, and that would be what we would eat. And then after that, we can do a horse race. I don't know, while we're eating, maybe we do. Okay, hold on. Maybe we do hunting for our food, and then while we're cooking the food and eating it and things like that, um, go around and talk about uh, funny slash favorite memories as a ranger so far. And then maybe we do a horse race, then a ranger rumble at the end of it.
Sounds good.
Let's say, let me look here. You want to shoot for maybe the 26th of January, or 27th? 27th is a Saturday.
27th.
Think we should do it like later on in the day, or like seven
That's
or
what I
eight,
would think.
or yeah, later on. Maybe more people will be around. 7 or 8, maybe 8. I don't know. Do you think people will be around later, or like more later around that time?
I'd say 7. Is my paperwork still in there?
Which paperwork?
What I was trying to do yesterday.
Is it the wolf study?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you want me to complete it for you, or...
Considering I didn't even get to start it. The patrol, anyway.
Yeah. Alright. Do you want me just... I mean, I can just get rid of it if you want. Or I can archive it. Would you like me to archive it so you can pick it back up whenever you are feeling better?
Yeah, do that. Please.
Yes, ma'am. You okay?
Yeah.
You sure?
As okay as I can be.
Yeah. If you need to talk about it, I'm right here.
I was just kind of hoping that everybody would be here. That way, when I talked about it, I wouldn't have to repeat it. I don't think you'd be able to listen to it multiple times.
I already made you a deal that I wasn't going to do anything.
I know you made the deal. I know you won't do anything. It still doesn't help the fact that you'd have to listen to it multiple times over and over.
I'm leaving your side. So if that's the way things play out, so be it. But I ain't going nowhere.
Where are you having this camp out?
I don't know. I thought about there's a camp that we passed coming down from O'Crae's the other day, right before you get to the Cumberlands. Thought might be a good spot.
Perhaps.
Right now, the agenda that I have for this camp out is that we'll meet in Strawberry at 7, right after the campsite. Then we'll have the hunting competition where the winning team gets $100. Um, then we'll cook up the food and eat around the fire and talk about favorite memories of the ranger. Then we'll have the horse race with the $200 prize, and then the ranger rumble with the $300 prize. And we'll right back to Strawberry.
Yeah, sounds good.
Have that on only senior ranger access.
For now.
Yeah. I'm gonna go check my telegrams again. All right.
Okay.
You're pretty.
Even like this?
Yes. Even like this. You're always pretty. I'll be back. Need some more to drink.
I could use some, yeah.
All right. You want water or the peach juice?
Peach juice, please.
Come on right up, darling. Eating anything? What?
What was that?
I said, are you feeling like eating anything?
Not right now.
All right. Beautiful songbird. Just gonna look over your bed and just make sure everything's all right. Okay. I'm gonna go around for it now. Just might need to change them later. It's all right. I'm sorry this happened to you.
It's not your fault.
I'm just saying sorry. Just wish it didn't happen to you.
Love you.
I love you. I can tell you one thing. I'm not going back to the ranch without you, so you're gonna be putting up with me.
Please don't.
I told you. My home is where you are, and you're not at the ranch. You're out here. Check my telegrams. Says 4.
Nothing in particular.
Okay. I'll be right back.
And to let me know what he is and her are willing to allow.
Yeah.
So just gotta hear back, and then that'll be that.
All right.
So for now, to Blackwater.
To Blackwater.
All right.
Hey,
Because I make the calls around here, and now
Rooster.
we're leaving.
Rooster.
Oh my Jesus!
Rooster.
Oh, careful behind my
Okay.
horse here. Sorry.
My horse is murderous. Whoa there, stranger.
Not is that you?
Everything okay? Oh, whoa.
Nadia.
Yep. Howdy.
Okay.
We'll deal with them if we have to.
She's in room 2K if you want to talk to her.
Oh, okay. Give me a few moments and I'll be in, okay?
All right.
Mhm.
I had a delegate from Rooster. I tried to go holler at him, but he left town. But, Nadia is around. I told her what your room number was to come in whenever. She said to give her a moment. Are you comfortable? Do you need me to do anything for you? Get you more comfortable?
Can you find another blanket, please?
Yeah. There you are, don't you?
Just over my feet.
Okay. There. Is that all right?
Thank you. That's fine.
All right. You want me to tuck these in anymore? Or?
Hoping I warm up with that.
What?
I'm hoping to warm up with just the blanket over my feet.
Yeah. I'll pull these other ones overneath or over top of you. I just didn't know if you needed me to like tuck them in on the sides or anything like that.
No, don't tuck it.
Okay.
I feel more constricted right now than I do ever in corset.
I can understand that. Would you like me to brush her hair or anything? Before she comes in, or?
Please.
Okay. Jesus.
Howdy.
Hi there, lovely.
How are you, sweetheart?
Be fine if it wasn't for the pain.
I can understand that. I'm sorry that you are in pain. Did they give you anything for it?
Grapeseed oil or extract, whatever the hell it is, and some willow bark.
Fair enough.
I've sent the tip to medic saying that she's awake, but no one's responding. I'm not sure how keen they are at coming to a hotel room and then instead of them coming to an office somewhere.
Not actually quite sure on that, but I didn't see any on the clipboard when I was checking in the office.
Yeah.
So maybe a bit early for them still.
Mm-hmm.
All right. In your own time, Lucille, I'll take your statement when you're ready, but no rush on it.
I can start.
Okay.
Try to go everything from leaving Strawberry, if that's okay.
Yeah, of course. Anything you think will help.
I saw on our tip line about some wolves attacking people, so I wrote up some paperwork to go do a patrol and check on those places. As soon as I was leaving through the door, a tip came in for an injured person on Mount Hagen. Figured since it was close to the route I was going to take, I decided that I was going to respond. and on my way out of town, sent a telegram to the tip line letting others know what I was doing. I started at the abandoned mining camp past Hanging Dog and worked my way up the mountain. And I wasn't having any luck and started to descend down the other side towards Beartooth Beck. And near the tower overlooking Beartooth and the mine below, my horse slipped and we both tumbled over the cliff. It was a rough fall, and I found myself sandwiched between some fallen dead timber and my horse at the bottom. I remember my stomach and hip having a sharp pain and some blood leaking around me. My horse stood back up and was standing over me, kept looking around and occasionally nudging me. I just couldn't move. I had hoped the lantern on him was enough for someone to find me, not knowing if a local traveler could even see me or not from the position I was at. Unless for some reason they were scaling the mountain themselves, but it wasn't long though before I heard a voice, and a man wearing a gray coat, a blue vest, black hat, and a dark curly mustache rode up on a gray horse. And when I think about it, he had to have been watching, maybe even stalking, because there was just no way where I was that a random passerby would have been able to see me. He proceeded to pull me off the fallen tree and laid me on the ground, bandaged around the old branch that had pierced me, and told me that he didn't want me to die just yet, and put me on the back of his horse. As we were riding off, he took aim and shot my horse in the head, killing him.
Oh.
As we were traveling down the mountain towards Beartooth, he asked me what my name was. I told him that I was a senior ranger. When he did, his tone drastically changed, saying the situation was not good for me and I'd soon find out why. I asked him his name. He told me that since he wasn't afraid to hide, that all I needed to know was his name was Seth. He rode downstream of Beartooth to somewhere between Cattail and Big Valley, some dead-end path on the road, and took me somewhere near some rock face or cliff wall. I couldn't tell what it was. And there he pulled me to my feet and started asking why I do what I do. I told him that I work to rescue people and to help them. He didn't like my answers. He compared me to Law, something about being sheepdogs. He got angrier with me by the minute and saying that I was interfering with the natural order of things, interfering with nature's course. The people who get hurt out there should die where they lay. He was also really fidgety with his handgun. I don't know what type of gun it was, just that it might have been silver with a bit of pearl grips. I'm not entirely sure. He asked if I was going to continue interfering with everything, and I said, well, it's my job. And that I would continue to rescue and help people. I was told to put my hands up. He robbed me of my Lancaster, telling me I didn't need it anymore. Didn't need it where I was going. I wasn't paying attention. I don't know if he took money or anything, but I wasn't really worried about that. Just worried about what he was going to do to me. He then took out a die, telling me that since I already messed with nature, we are going to let nature decide how this finishes. And it told me to pick a number between 1 and 6. I chose 4, and he rolled the die, and it rolled a 1. Next thing I know, he's pistol whipped me to the ground, grabbing me from behind, and shot me in the back. He picked me up and put me on his horse again. All I saw was the blood dripping all over it. He said he was going to dump my body in a well-trafficked area that maybe someone would find me before I bled to death. Last thing I remember is being near Wallace Station, and that's where I guess I just passed out.
I'm sorry you had to relive that, Lucille. Tell me, but you remembered a great deal of detail more than anyone remembers in moments like that, and while it was harrowing, you should be proud of that fact. I know who this man is. I've dealt with him before. I'm going to do my best to make sure that he gets the justice he deserves for what he's done, and that he does not harm another ranger again. I won't make any promises, but I'll do my best. I'm sorry you had to go through that. You don't listen to a word he said. He's just an angry man who thinks he has some right to be upset with someone. Group of folk, because maybe he feels like y'all didn't do right by him, but that ain't on you. It ain't your fault. You always do your job, and you do your job well. Some folk just need an excuse to be violent, unfortunately. They have to find some reason to justify their needs. Wish there was more I could do for you in the moment. Unfortunately, all I can do is offer my support. And if there is anything else you need, I'm happy to give it. You remembered a fair bit about his detail. We'll make sure all the rangers know this man is to be dealt with extreme caution. Ellis, I trust that you won't do anything.
Please don't.
I'm not going to do anything.
Yeah. This man's name is Seth Boone. He's kind of a fleeting criminal, I suppose. He's not your Hathaway or your Wallaby. He's more of your one day he's here, the next day he's gone. He's very slippery. He's very quick at getting away. He knows how to flee us. He's very quick about it. He's difficult to catch, but I've caught him before. But he's sly. And I have reason to believe now, based on what he said to you, Lucille, that he will be targeting rangers. Or at least if he comes across them, he will make them regret coming across his path. So I want rangers to be fully aware. I'll see what I can write up on my end, and I'll give Hal any information I can so that you guys can have something on your announcements. I have to clear it with the sheriff, so at the very least, you two know so you can protect yourselves.
Yeah.
I'm not going to seek him out. Go after him. As well as adamant that somebody come get the statement, because I didn't. If I was going to trust y'all with it, I wanted you to get the statement, not from a tip line. Just what one deputy said.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Now,
I can't promise if I come across him and I know who he is that I'm not going to defend myself or.
you will defend yourself. Defend yourself, Ellis. This man will see you harm. If he raises a weapon towards you, you defend yourself. You think this ain't no gray lines, that is black and white. That man is out to do you harm. He has done your wife harm. He has shown that he is dangerous. If he brandishes any weapon towards you in any threatening way, or you feel at any point that your life is in danger, then you defend yourself. I will not have my rangers being afraid of defending themselves like we have been for so long. It shouldn't take you being shot for you to be able to defend yourself.
The longer I've been, the more I'm in the cross, the more I don't trust anybody anymore.
Yeah.
So,
I
mean,
I echo the sentiments. Yes, I really do.
what I'm saying is, if I see him and I can put two and two together, who he is. The moment I feel like it's not going to go my way, I'm not giving him the opportunity. I'm just going to say that now.
I understand. Just know there's nothing I can do to protect you if it is not flat out self-defense. Don't chase him.
I know.
Don't push it. But don't let him get the draw on you either.
I know.
I know it's a very, very fine line we walk. Times like that. But I don't think I have to say which one I'd prefer to win that. Well, at the very least I can share some good news. I've begun making training documents for the deputies on how to take tips for the rangers.
Did you get the maps passed out, or do they have access to them?
Passing them off to folks that need them when they ask for them. I haven't slapped them down on any sheriff offices or anything, but
as long as they know that it's there, that they can get access to it if they need it.
Yeah, I may hand a bigger copy off to the sheriffs.
It's fine.
But
that's fine. If I will say, if that'll probably be the copy y'all have until we either finish border testing completely or the regions change for some reason.
I can appreciate that. At the very least, it gives us something better to go on, and my deputies aren't as confused as they were.
Right. I just figured I don't want to give you all like 5 different copies of the map every time we
Yeah,
We're at a
no,
border,
no,
might as well
I can
just-
appreciate it. Yeah. Well, I mean, at the very least, just tell me which ones you've really narrowed down, and at least then I'm aware of it.
Yeah. Would it help if I, whenever we border test, now that you all have maps, the findings, would it help if we send in tips of the findings that we have, that we made?
They won't understand it. If you want to send something directly to me or Oya, we will. A fair bit more than they will. It'll just be lost in the tip line.
Yeah.
I have a hard time going back an hour or two in our tip line.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, no, the deputy that I came across at the telegram station, I told him that she was awake and he just wanted me to send her a statement through the tip line because something else is going on. And I just knew it would
Yeah.
get lost.
well, I mean, I can appreciate that at the very least when we're running. Having a pre-written statement makes it easier to just have all the facts and not anything, I'm, writing down everything I can as quick as I can. I'm gonna, cliff note a little bit of it because I can't write down every single word. But if we get a word for word statement, nothing's missed. No details are slipping through the cracks. We get a full statement.
She can't get to the telegram station, so it would still be me. It would be me
Yeah.
taking the statement anyways.
Yeah, fair enough.
So
Oh.
I just didn't want to. My biggest thing is I just didn't want to get lost in the tip line and never end up in there.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. Any cases like that, if you ever feel like it will, you can always just send them directly to me. If it's something that does need to just be written down, but you don't want it to get lost, I'll happily take it and put it in myself. We're working on it. We're working on better communication. But I do ask personally. I ask some folk to go send their statements into the tip line. Or, yeah, the tip line. It's as long as I'm going to be watching the tip line for it. I don't know if that deputy would ever look at the tip line, but if I request someone to put a statement in, it's because I'm going to go get it.
Yeah.
And it's just because I've got to run to a different office or I got to go, throw someone in Sisica.
Yeah. No, I mean, I get it. I think just from my point of view,
No,
Where-
I can completely appreciate it, Ellis. I really can.
yeah, it takes a lot to not want to go after them, but
Mm-hmm.
and if I'm going to not go after them and leave it to you, I want to make sure all the information actually gets in there. I don't want to risk it at all getting lost.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I did have to take her statement down, I would have telegram to you or Olia.
Can appreciate that. Yeah, we're always open to correspondences from you. I am sorry about all this.
It's not your fault.
No, but I'm still pained that it all happened.
I did tell Deputy Sweeney that I thought it was Rowan, so I'm not sure if he took that down or not.
I'll be honest, before we had matched prints, my first assumption was Rowan.
Yeah.
But the dye was off. The scene didn't really match Rowan's MO. And then we got prints off the dye. And well,
Sweeney.
those two don't run in the same circles.
Yeah, Sweeney told me about the dye at least, and I knew it didn't sound like Rowan, but she's the only one that would have had motive. But apparently, this fellow doesn't need motive.
Well, seems like his motive enough is that he doesn't like Rangers.
I won't join the line.
That was a long line for that one, isn't there?
Yeah. Not sure why, but go ahead and join and get in the back.
Well, not the worst of what we faced. At least it's no Mason James.
Wasn't around for that. I think came in right after that.
Always just heard stories about it. I wasn't around either, but do you imagine everywhere you went, chance you'd run into someone that would just shoot the lantern of your horse and watch you burn?
Yeah.
You know, there's a joke in the department that the best rangers were always the criminals, whether they were criminals before or after they were rangers. And the best rangers gone deputy were also the ones that were previously criminals.
It's because we know the most about the crossing.
Yep. About the people. About the way things work in this world.
Yeah.
That's why everyone feels that Mitch was one of the best sheriffs Carlson's ever seen. It's strange now that he's retired. Yeah, it's strange, but I can happily say that my sheriff retired. Wasn't killed in the line of duty.
Yeah.
Guess it's something to hearten to. Guess I suppose it don't know what it says to me. Seeing as how I wasn't a criminal, I guess I'm not a very good deputy. Unless you count me being a bounty hunter as a criminal lifestyle, shooting folk for a living.
Yeah. I've told Lucille that I would never put a badge on because it'd be too much of a risk that I wouldn't make it back home.
Yeah. That's hell's fear.
Yeah.
It's something we talk about often. He says he worries those nights I don't come home. Whether or not I've lain in a hospital bed or I was too tired to travel back across the state. There's too many times that I've been seriously hurt and no one's reached out to my next of kin. He hasn't found out that I've been in a coma until 2 or 3 days later. I end up making my way back home and falling into bed with him covered in bandages or battered and bruised.
Yeah, no one reached
Says
out.
it's
No one reached
terrifying.
out to me. Lucille.
Seriously?
No. Annalise said she did, but I never got anything.
All right, I'm going to
Yeah, I
make a
didn't.
mention of this about this because
I didn't.
this is
I didn't know. The one person who telegrammed me was Olive.
fuck.
So
Okay.
I knew. I'm not sure
we've
if Annalise
made
sent
a fair
the wrong
bit.
thing, but sent the wrong telegram. I don't know, but I never got anything.
Yeah, I've chewed out deputies and medics already for not getting next of kin out. Ruben told me that he told Hal that I was seriously injured a couple weeks back. I'd seen Hal earlier in the day, and I told him I'd be home after I was just going to go on duty for a little bit. It was the day Hart died, actually. And I'd seen Ruben. Ruben Hutch and a few others wanted to go off duty. Just go do something. But we'd just gotten word that Wallaby was coming to Strawberry. He was going to take it from Hart. I couldn't go off duty knowing that was happening, so I didn't. I told Ruben and them go enjoy themselves. They needed it. They deserved it. But I was going to protect my home. Because that's what Strawberry was. And I was going to stand with my sheriff. So I stood with Hart and Mitch and 12 other deputies here in town. and we fought them off all the way down to the cliffs over Monto's Rest. Sheriff Hart and Hurst, a couple of deputies, were looking over the cliffs looking for Scout because he was the one we couldn't find. I heard something in the bushes behind us, and I turned, and the Scout was trying to creep up on the sheriffs, and I threw myself in front of him. He fanned me down. They had to chase him through the woods, and they had to leave me. Scout's dangerous. We didn't know if anyone else was up, but I guess I laid there quite a while. I lost consciousness. I guess I lost a lot of blood, and it was, Hart said it was a close call. He came in and checked on me before the nurses took me away. I was barely conscious, but I could hear him talking to me. Didn't wake up till 2 days later. Hal was out working, and Reuben told me that he'd telegrammed Hal to let him know. But Hal still had no idea what had happened to me, and just been fretting for 2 days, not knowing where I was, what had happened. Not knowing that I was gut shot 3 times in the stomach. Amazing what a loss of communication does. The medical department didn't even try to reach out, and I was told 2 different doctors worked on me.
Yeah. Annalise swore up and down that she sent me a telegram, but I didn't see one. I mean, I can look again, but I don't remember ever seeing one.
Sheriff Bolton is the head liaison for the health department. I'll express my concern about a lack of due diligence on both sides, because twice in the last 30 days I have had to find out that we've had deputies pass, and there's been no announcement made, no information given. One wasn't even marked as deceased, and the only person that knew he had passed was Sheriff Bolton. And there was no information. I'd only found out there'd been, in the report, it had said that he'd been injured severely, but no one had seen him, no one had heard from him in a few days. Mind you, it's going on 3 or 4 days after he'd passed. I had to go request medical files just to find out that he'd been treated but didn't survive the treatment. And there'd been an autopsy and everything, but they hadn't marked the citizen registry as deceased. And they hadn't informed the law department. But Bolton had been informed and was going to be organizing his funeral. But no one in the department had known he was a friend. We cared deeply for him. No one bothered to tell us 4 days later that we'd lost someone in the line of duty. And that's heartbreaking to me. And then it was the same. I came back on duty after being gone for a few days to find out my to-be brother-in-law, Detective Sebastian Augustine, had been killed in the line of duty. And there was no announcement. I had a whole report that had his autopsy and everything buried in the paperwork, but not a single announcement. Apparently it was sent through the tip line, and guess what? It got buried in the tip line. So I had to write it up. I had to confirm that he had indeed passed, go through all the reports and verify, and then make the announcement. And I only knew he'd passed because my sister, his fiance, had telegrammed me, telling me that he had passed. How are we supposed to honor our dead if we don't even respect their passing?
Yeah.
It makes me sick.
Speaking of honoring the dead, have you been told where Deuce's grave is?
Yeah. I I went there with a couple of ranchers.
No.
Maddie took us on a memorial tour bit, so yeah, I've seen. I can't go to his. I can't. I can pass by it, but I can't go near that rock.
I know.
I tried.
No.
I was so angry at myself that day. I got a feeling when we was heading up towards Aurora Basin, and then we kept going past the cabin. We kept going up, and then we went right. And I don't know. I saw that rock, and I told Hal I couldn't. I said I'll be down at the basin. I felt like a coward. That I could face that man in Cisco and tell him he was just a scared little boy. But something about the rock. Still covered in mud. I just can't do it.
You don't have to go up there. You know he's there. We have a I've marked a spot on the ranger porch that you can go to instead if you want. Deuce's Corner.
Yeah. Where he do his paperwork every morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you feel like you need to go somewhere, you can go there.
I used to think he hated me. But then, the day I left the Corps, he came to me and I offered my Lancaster to him. And he said, "We don't need that. You take it and you remember." He said, "You hold on to that poncho and you remember who you were. And you remember everything you learned." He had a funny way of showing how he cared.
After the bear attack, he was the first one to talk to me afterwards. Told me how stupid it was that I went out there without being in a clear headspace. Said he wasn't disappointed though. Just said it was stupid.
That sounds like Deuce.
Yeah. When I first heard that he passed, I didn't know the reason he was out there. I just kind of assumed he did the same thing I did. That he wanted to go out on his own terms. But he wasn't the same after Bear died. He came back.
Yeah.
He came back after being gone for a while, and he wasn't game warden or even senior ranger anymore. It's just a ranger. And I just kind of got the feeling that he was just Just waiting. Just biding his time.
I think losing Bear was like losing a part of himself.
He was an interesting man.
You know, his son's a deputy.
He has
Bear.
a son? Oh, Bear.
Yeah, Bear has a son. Sorry, yeah. And a pay walker. He's reserved and very quiet, like Bear was, but you also kind of, when he talks, you know, you can feel his presence. He's there. But he speaks when he has something to say. I haven't really stopped to talk to him much because I don't really know what to say to the man.
I wouldn't know either. Bear was around. He was game warden the whole time that I was a ranger.
Mm-hmm.
I only spoke to him a handful of times.
I can count on one hand how many times I talked to Bear.
The best memory that I have of Bear is me and Lucy responded to a tip in Emerald. And we were told before we headed out by law that Victory Street was around. This is when they were still trying to hunt us down and rob us and things like that. So we had finished our tip, and I think we were going back to Emerald Tower to do the paperwork for it. And we saw a big group, a group of 6. And we kind of did the little look at each other with binoculars thing. And then they started coming towards us. And so, you see, when I took off, and we ended up going over a hill. And Hellman finds us, along with Bear and Buzz. They take us to Valentine. And I tell them what happened. They're like, oh yeah, that was law. They were trying to ask you a question. And then he pointed out how I looked like an outlaw. So I was wearing all black. I told him it helps me keep from getting robbed. And he's like, yeah, with that all black ensemble and that pearl grip revolver, you look like the one that's doing the robbing. Which was, I swear, when I used to wear just all black all the time, I never got robbed. Unless I had my poncho on.
It's gonna be hard to imagine a Ranger Corps without this now. Thinking about it. Did you invite someone else to the room?
Maybe. Depends. We sent a lot of people telegrams. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, well.
Sweeney.
Good evening. I see Nadia's already here, but I can leave y'all be if you'd like. Nadia, you can probably take care of things.
I mean, I took the statement like almost an hour ago.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm giving you shit, sweetheart. You can come say hi. Although the way things have been ringing in this town, it sounds like it's busy out there.
Yeah, well, I'm not quite sure I want to clock on just yet.
It's probably a safe bet not to.
Don't, you'll regret it.
Yeah, probably. At
Though
least
I
you're
do want to
awake and
find
talking.
you. Sorry, go ahead.
Just happy to see Lucille is awake. So,
Thank you.
um,
Just so that you are aware, Lucille remembered a fair bit about the gentleman that attacked her. Based on the statement, this man is very upset with Rangers and will most likely target them again in the future. I've made the executive decision that they should be aware of who is targeting Rangers and that they need to be aware as a whole so that they can protect themselves in the future. I've informed them of his name, and I'll be informing how in full.
brought
Yeah.
this along. I'm
It
sure
wasn't
to
Rowan,
relieve-
so.
Okay.
Like I was
I'll,
telling Nadia, I thought the situation you described didn't really sound like Rowan, but it's the only person who I could think of that would have a motive. I mean, I figured if Rowan would want to do anything, she would just rob us, but it's the only thing I could think of.
It wasn't far-fetched, at the very least. Dare I ask what you're writing in that thing, Dane?
Just seeing if you've gone ahead and
Nope, not yet. I didn't bring my clipboard with me. I've have it all written down in my notebook, though.
well, I come prepared, but you,
Excuse you?
I
I
came.
don't bring my clipboard out of the office.
I make special circumstances and
To be fair, I
decisions.
did bombard Nadia as soon as she came out of her hotel room.
Yeah, I literally stepped out of my hotel room and he was like, "Hey, you ready?" It's all right. If I ever bring my clipboard out of the office, he's just gonna be to beat you with it. So
Well, thank you.
I know you
really
look forward
enjoyed
to it.
spending
I
too much
heard
time around
nothing.
Clementine.
Mm-hmm. It's all right. You missed out on riding with Sheriff Greaves last night, and Danny, and Gray, and Manius, and me. Sucks
Missed
to
the
you.
whole blue crew.
Fucking sucks. The entire blue crew was on duty, and you missed it. You absolutely ridiculous man. I couldn't think of anything smarter than that in that moment. I was going to call you a dandelion, but then I realized no one was going to get it.
Yeah, I don't think I'd have even gotten it.
Men. I probably should go do that paperwork, though.
Be more trouble than it's worth, I think.
You are more trouble than it's worth. What do you mean? All right. Ellis, Lucille, I'm going to get out of y'all's hair and go get this paperwork written up so my deputies can start doing their jobs.
Mhm.
If there's anything you need, please feel free to reach out to me.
Take care out there, please.
I will do my best. No promises.
I just don't
Anyway.
wish to
What?
intrude any further, but I think the care of Nadia is a bit more welcome than the care of me. She's known you a lot longer.
Oh, please, y'all all help.
This comes from a man who's matching me right now. Watch this bullshit. Look at this bullshit.
Who had it first?
I did. I hate you so much. I hate you so much.
Listen, Clementine likes the brooding black hat. She says she likes the white
You
hat.
stop
but she
calling
likes
her
this one.
Clementine. It trips me out
No.
every time because then I think you're talking about Clementine, but you're not. You're
I
talking about
apologize.
CJ.
Oh, CJ.
He's dating CJ.
Lovely woman.
She really is, isn't she? I'm gonna kidnap her, wrap her in a wool blanket, and tuck her in my apartment so she can never get hurt or kidnapped again. I'll be her last kidnapper.
I'll ask Law a little favor too.
Yes.
Give your deputy Roy Woods hell for me.
Roy Woods.
The boy who talks a bit like this.
Oh God, that one. Okay. Yep. Sure.
I would like some stew, please.
Yep.
Exactly.
How did I not recognize him by name? But as soon as you talked like that, I was like, oh yeah, that one. I thought you were gonna say Ray Lee, our new cadet.
Really?
Oh well, you can give him hell too.
Is that what
Yep,
is that
Ray
what he
Lee is
did?
now a cadet. Yep.
Huh. Add that to the list.
And apparently he's doing very well.
I mean, most rangers who join law do.
You're goddamn right. Topanga's doing well as well. She has your badge now.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you said she has. I thought you said she has your badge, but he was like, nope, not mine.
Nope. She has a badge. Her badge.
Yeah, you did say your. I'm gonna side with him on this one.
Don't make me punch you.
You punch a man who was almost shot in the head.
Oh
Yes. All right. I apologize for doing that in your room. Appreciate the both of you. I'm gonna go do my job now.
Thank you, Nadia.
Anytime.
I'll make sure she actually
Come on,
does
Sweeney.
her job. Okay.
Okay.
Go rest up.
Thank you again.
Welcome.